Hey guys, I'm Messi from Wow Weekly, and today we'll be taking a look at Mythic Hellfire Assault. In this video we assume that you know the heroic mechanics. If you don't, check out our heroic guide in the annotation. For this fight you will want to use 2 tanks, 4 healers and 16 DPS. Now this fight being what it is, we'll take a look at the differences and additions to this fight in a somewhat disorganized fashion. This is because most of it applies to the entire fight, as you'll have multiple types of adds at the same time. In this encounter you will have to deal with 2 siege vehicles spawning at the same time, one on the left side and one on the right side. This will mean that you will have to split up your group into 2 groups to take care of everything that spawns. Around the 3-minute mark your 2 groups should go back into the middle, because then you will have to deal with an intermission phase, which we will go over in a minute. In the video you will see a list of types of vehicles spawning for each side and at roughly what times. The blue marker is for the left cannon and the green marker is for the right cannon. Whenever a siege weapon spawns, it has the utmost priority so that they don't destroy the cannons. Now, of course, there are 2 exceptions to this. If there's a terror up, kill it quickly, and if it's not an artillery vehicle and there's a berserker up, kill that berserker first because it's more lethal to your tank. Another difference is that you will want to be careful with the Felcasters / terrors, as you don't want 2 terrors up at the same time. Control your DPS, focus on 1 Felcaster when there are 2 up, and when a terror has morphed, kill it quickly. There's a new type of vehicle called the Hellfire Transporter, which brings along some Iron Dragoons for you to deal with. If you kill the transporter in time, it will not spawn the Dragoons, so naturally you will want to do so. Other than that, having to split up your group, the main changes come in at the 3-minute mark, because you will have to have your groups go back to the middle and deal with 2 mini-bosses and a crusher. They won't all come at the same time. Both mini-bosses you'll have seen on the trash on Heroic, the first one being Grand Corruptor Urog, and sadly none of his abilities are interruptible, so you'll have to dodge what you can. His first ability is Corruption Nova. This is the circular shape of swirls on the ground. This will deal a huge amount of damage to you if you stand on it, so you really don't want to get hit by this. The second ability is Corruption Bolt, with which he will do a moderate amount of shadow damage to his target. And then the last one is Corruption Siphon, which will heal Urog, puts his targets on low health, and it will put an absorption debuff on the targets. Now, as you can expect, the healers will have to heal this off of them. If you're dealing with Urog, a Crusher will spawn, which just like on Heroic has the utmost priority. As usual, don't stand in front of it unless you want to die. Soon after the Crusher spawns, you're also going to have to deal with the second mini-boss, Grute. Now Grute will also come in a Demolisher, which you will have to kill before you switch to him. Grute is a bit more interesting on Mythic than he was as a trash mob. First of all, he has Shockwave, which works like Siege Master's Shockwave at the start of the encounter. Simply dodge this to prevent taking any damage. His second ability is Cannonball, with which he will target a player and jump on them. Anyone within 9 yards of that player will take damage, so that player needs to move away from others, as well as others need to move away from them. His last ability is Slam, which will deal damage to the tank and put a stacking debuff on them, increasing their damage taken by physical damage by 30%. To deal with this you will want the tank swap at 2 stacks. Once Grute is dead, clear up the remaining adds and get back to your sides before the 5-minute mark. To make sure everything is clear, let's start from the beginning. When you start the encounter you will not want to use Heroism, but you can use the Legendary Ring. Get the Siege Master to 50% health and finish off the other adds. At the 1-minute mark, split up and kill the artilleries that are spawning. They have nearly 6 million health, so your DPS will need to put their backs into it. Continue on your sides until the 3-minute mark. At that point, all vehicles should be dead and you'll have a transporter plus the Grand Corruptor incoming. Once the Grand Corruptor spawns, use Heroism, as this intermission phase will need to be dealt with as efficiently as possible. Kill the Crusher, the Demolisher and Grute when they each spawn, and get back to your sides at the 5-minute mark, because you're going to have to deal with the second artillery set. From here on out, it's continuing the fight as you're used to it, with a lot more vehicles. When you get close to the end, you'll see a lot of ants spawn at the same time, and it's going to be really tough. As a final note, when the Legendary Ring is used on one side of the room, it should not activate it for the other side. So after the mini-boss phase, you can decide for your own side when to use it. So good luck on this first encounter. If you liked this rating guide, please comment, subscribe and click on the like button to help us out. If you would like to keep up with when new videos come out, but you don't have a YouTube account, you can also follow us on Twitter or Facebook at twitter.com/BMessy or facebook.com/WowWeekly. Also be sure to check out our written content on our website wowweekly.net. For now, I'm Mezzy, and I'll see you again next time.